I whipped my tail hard, and a creature over 3 meters long went flying. I turned back to look. The thing lying on the ground was a cave-poisoned boar, a rank 7 magical beast with entirely venomous fur all over its body. Barely any meat on it either. Not something I'd want to eat, but I still had to deal with it. My nest was being built right next door. With a competitor this close, my food supply would take a big hit. Looking at the barely alive cave-poisoned boar, I finished it off with one spit of acid. "Big bro, you're hunting again?" Qing Shuang came trotting over right then. I glanced at her. Gotta say, true dragon recovery is something else. That through-and-through wound on Qing Shuang's leg had already closed up. "This one's yours," I said, pointing to the blackened, acid-eaten cave-poisoned boar. "Thanks, big bro." Qing Shuang's eyes lit up immediately. She went straight for a leg and started going to town. "Big bro, please don't leave yet, okay?" Qing Shuang's eyes were practically begging. She remembered the last time she'd been ambushed while eating alone. "Relax, I'm not going anywhere." Right then, my eyes sharpened. I just trained the Earth-type spell Earth Pulse Scan, and I could clearly feel something underground was closing in toward Qing Shuang's direction. Sure enough, right when Qing Shuang was gnawing on that leg, tentacles 4 or 5 meters long burst through the ground and shot straight at her. "Big bro, save me!" Qing Shuang leaped 3 feet off the ground in pure panic, scrambling and tumbling over toward me. "Move." I stepped in and bit clean through one of the tentacles. A furious shriek rang out, and a massive creature burst straight through the ground and appeared before us. Yep, that right there was an abyss tentacle beast. Its most notable feature: those tentacles. Squid-like, used mainly for attacking and catching prey. "Big bro, we can't win against this thing, right?" Qing Shuang said, clearly terrified. "Get back." This time I straight up activated Feast. Cooldown was done. An intense wave of hunger surged through me. Feast mode on. I pounced straight at the abyss tentacle beast head on like a tiger going in for the kill. It wasn't backing down either. 3 tentacles came lashing at me. I twisted my body and dodged 2 of them. The third one connected right across my back. The suckers on the tentacle ripped through a few scales on my dragon body. Sensing it had actually landed a hit, the abyss tentacle beast pressed the advantage. More tentacles came swinging at my body. But driven by the hunger of Feast, I grabbed one of its tentacles and just started eating it. Feast progress slowly started ticking up. The abyss tentacle beast felt the pain and tried to pull its tentacle free. I didn't give it the chance. I just wolfed it down completely. Sensing things were going badly, the abyss tentacle beast tried to retreat back underground. I just climbed onto its back and kept eating. Big bro is wild. Qing Shuang couldn't believe I was just straight up eating this abyss tentacle beast alive. The more I ate, the weaker the abyss tentacle beast's resistance got. Finally, it stopped moving entirely, because I had hollowed out its entire back section. After eating for a while, I stopped. Feast progress had stalled at 80%. I realized that even if I kept eating, the progress would still climb, just really slowly. Even finishing off the whole abyss tentacle beast wouldn't push it up much. "Rest is yours," I said to Qing Shuang, who was already drooling. She dove right in. But this time, she kept glancing back in the direction I was leaving, making sure I didn't go too far. I fought through the hunger and headed into the cave I'd dug out. Popped open that Earth Mage's storage artifact again, and instantly a rich smell hit me. These gold coins, these all shiny and golden, had to taste good, right? I grabbed a handful and tossed them straight into my mouth. Crunch. Feast progress ticked up by about 1%. Then I moved on to the staff. It smelled even more intense and I ate that too. Pretty decent quality on this staff. Spicy flavor, nice. Without realizing it, I'd gone through almost all the gold coins, and Feast finally hit 100%. I sat quietly in the cave, waiting for the evolution. My whole body started growing. My back rose higher and larger. I opened my eyes and stood up. No new talent this time. Seems like new talents are tied to the properties of whatever I consume. Shame. Even though the abyss tentacle beast was stronger than the hunting bear, it didn't have a magic crystal. Looks like I need to diversify my diet going forward. I looked over my body. I was already close to 6 meters long. This growth rate was straight up insane. I spread my wings, saw noticeably bigger now. I tried giving them a few flaps. Seemed like I could actually fly now. I slowly walked out of the cave to find both Qing Shuang and Ziluo waiting at the entrance for me. "Big bro, the abyss tentacle beast was too much for me to finish. So I shared some with Ziluo," Qing Shuang said carefully. Ziluo had helped him last time, and he couldn't stand watching her scrape by eating dirt. Plus, it was nice having company, but it was still my kill. Even if I'd already given it to him, I needed to make that clear. "How are you bigger again?" Ziluo blurted out. "Yeah, big bro. Why are you bigger again?" Qing Shuang said, seeming to only just notice. I ignored both of them, found an open clearing and took a running start. Pumped my massive wings as hard as I could. Then I felt all 4 of my limbs slowly leave the ground, and I actually took off, riding the wind. I felt the wind rush past my ears, and something surged up inside me. I want to get stronger. I want to live well. I want all the wealth. I want the most beautiful woman on this continent. I want everyone beneath my feet. First goal, hit Feast level 1000. With that thought, I kept flying, and tried channeling some mana to boost my speed. Instantly, I jumped up another whole level of speed. Qing Shuang and Ziluo stood there watching me fly, jaws dropping wider and wider. Is this really still a hatchling? He's just built different. Look, that abyss tentacle beast? Big bro clowned on it. But that same beast could clown on both of us, no problem. That's the gap. Big bro has definitely been blessed by the dragon god. A few days later, Granty City looked different. Lord Victor, humbly bowing, greeted a young blonde man. "Prince Edwin, I didn't expect the king himself to send you here to handle this." "Lord Victor, no need for formalities." Edwin smiled and nodded. He turned to a young woman standing behind him and said gently, "Vivian, don't worry. This time we are definitely taking care of that black dragon." "Thank you, Prince Edwin. I honestly don't know how to thank you enough." Vivian's eyes filled with tears of gratitude. "Given our relationship, you don't need to say that. Rain was your little brother, which makes him my little brother. He died here under unclear circumstances. Not even a body to recover. How could I just do nothing?" Then, he casually reached out and grabbed Vivian's hand. Vivian's expression turned admiring. Then she smoothly pulled her hand back without making it weird. Trust me, this time I will become a legendary dragon slayer. Edwin said, full of himself. But your highness, and the black dragon is fully grown. She is not going to be easy to deal with. Victor looked at Edwin. This guy was only a level 5 mage. Pretty worried. Relax, Lord Victor, and I've got this covered. I brought 2 level 8 warriors with me, but the real kicker is... Edwin pulled 2 scrolls out of his storage artifact. Forbidden spell scrolls. Victor's pupils shrank. These kinds of scrolls can only be crafted by legendary mages. Insanely valuable. And Edwin had 2 of them. So, what do you think? Edwin asked. We can't lose this fight! Victor let out a slow breath. He couldn't believe the king had actually given them 2 forbidden spell scrolls. 2 forbidden spells landing back to back. That dragon had no shot. That kind of magic can only be tanked by a prime adult or an ancient dragon. Oh right, Vivian. What happened to the elf who brought you the intel? Just thinking about those delicate features, something stirred inside Edwin.